supporting the nation of Israel. And so I applied for the trip, and I was selected to go. And so last May, through the first few days of June, I and my lovely friends, y'all see them in the back, y'all say hello to them. We all went to Israel. And I was elated, honored, humbled at the same time to go to the state of Israel. We flew over and we landed and we tore the state of Israel up. Literally. So we went and we experienced all the great things. And so from a biblical perspective, Israel was dear to me there. And so I began to see the same things that I read about. You begin to see the shepherds herding sheep, and you begin to see, some of the places, Jericho. You hear about Jericho, and you hear about Jerusalem, and you hear about the Sea of Galilee. We took a cruise on the Sea of Galilee, and that was amazing for me because I began to say, this is the same water that Jesus walked on. We went to all of the historical sites, and we went to the burial places, and then beyond the biblical perspective, I began to understand more about the geopolitical perspective and some of the things that the state of Israel faced from a political view. That the idea that this small country is resting, living in a neighborhood where there are people, there are countries around them that despise them, that literally have agendas to destroy them. So I begin to process that. I begin to think about that even more. That if you can imagine living in a place where every day when you woke up, that you had to worry about a bomb or a rocket, that this may not be another day that will come. There may not be another day that will come, that this could be my last day living. That as a parent, the idea that my children every day are in danger. So I began to process that. And because of that, it pushed me even more. It pushed me even more. So I came back to Grambling, went back to Grambling, and when I went, shared my story with other people that were around me. I will be honest, I did not hold or host events, did not host activities. That was not my way, that was not my perspective, that was not my method of reaching students. For me, it was having personal conversations with students about my experience. And so from being the only Grambling night at the policy conference this year, I believe there are 9 of us that are here this year. And so we went a little bit further, and Andy reached out to me again. He said, look, we're trying to push out a statement for HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities, to come together and, and promote the fact that we support a strong U.S.-Israel relationship. And so we begin to push things out to the rest of the SGA presidents at HBCUs. And I believe, if it's not my mistake, this year we have close to 60 or more with the help of other SGA presidents from historically black colleges that have pushed the same message. Together, we've been able to bring over 60, is that correct, y'all? 60 historically black colleges and universities to the policy conference this year. And that is a powerful statement. And not only that, but the thing that makes me so excited is that at Grambling, we have a lab school, a high school. And so not only has it branched out to colleges and universities, but we were able to even empower and inspire the SGA president at the Grambling Laboratory High School to be at policy conference with us this year. And he's sitting right here on the front row, and that's Derek Will. And so that entire experience has inspired me as an individual. Israel has inspired me as an individual. Not just my work on campus when I was there, but in my personal life. I've seen how persistent and triumphant, prevailing, people of Israel are. And because of that, I went through a hard time in my life, and I was fired from my job. I'm a fresh graduate, and in December I was already fired. I was fired from my job, and it wasn't because I wasn't good. There was other things, just in case you want to hire me. But I was fired from my job, but there was a dream that I've always wanted, and that was to develop my own corporation, my own business. And I had a decision to make, and that was whether I was going to pursue my dream or go and work for someone else and deal and suffer, once more. Anybody who has an entrepreneurship spirit, it's a suffering time to work for somebody else. And so I thought about the people of Israel, and I thought about how prevailing they were, strong, triumphant, and mighty they were. And when I began to reflect on that, I said that if the people of Israel, if the Jewish people can struggle, fight, and still believe in a state, in their own democracy, then surely, if they can make that come to fruition and for it to manifest, then my dream of owning my own business, Dream Again Empire, surely it can come to pass. And so I'm excited to say today that I own Dream Again Empire. And it has been because of my affiliation and my fervor for the people of Israel that has inspired me to chase my own dream. And because of that, I tell you today that the people of Israel should, and I believe has, been an inspiration to each and every one of you. And that no matter what the challenges are, because the people of Israel have faced challenges, that you can do it, that you can make it, that you can achieve it. And AIPAC is a testament of that. That from 5,000 people to now 14,000 people, it's been because of the ability for people to come together for one vision, for one statement, for one love, for one cause, for two countries. Together, 14,000, we raise a voice that says, I am pro-Israel, I am AIPAC. And I love that statement, and I love you. Thank you for your time.